Right, so the idea of this atomic speed workout is it 10 minutes or 15 minutes actually. There are some top end accelerations at the end, which I'm not going to do because I'm still building up to be able to do fast sprints. So I'm just going to do the 10-minute version without the accelerations because, like I said, I'm working on a few foot, ankle, Achilles issues at the minute. And everything I do, the vast majority of my training now is a combination of moving better and feeling better because I've done high intensity training for years. And now as I've got older, I do high intensity sporadically, nowhere near as much as I used to. It's more about quality to allow me to do the high intensity when I need to. And also gives me a chance to test these. I mean, they're old trainers, got them all finted. But honestly, they weigh about as much as a couple of sheets of paper. They're so light that, you know, I never owned any sprint shoes before. But these New Balance, what are they, RC 5000, literally feel like these are as thin as paper. They can barely feel anything. So I'm interested to see what these feel like. They're as close to, I suppose, spikes as you're going to get. I doubt I'll ever buy spikes, never going to need them. But super light, fast shoes, they make you feel fast. It's like good skate shoes make you skate better. So I'm of the same opinion that good running shoes will make you run better. So I'll be doing a warm-up to get all the joints, particularly hips, knees, ankles, then a couple of simple drills, and then we're going to go into the 10-minute, which I'm going to do as an EMOM, is meant to be done as an EMOM. It's 10 different drills. Each drill should last about 5 seconds. That's why I'm using this sprint. I've measured out 20 meters and 10 meters. So you're basically, the idea is you're working for 5 seconds and then resting for 55 seconds. So that you get plenty of rest in between. And the thing is with these type of workouts, which 5-10 years ago, I'd have thought it's not enough. I'm not working hard enough. But when it comes to speed and improving your speed, your plyometric ability, your bounce, your agility, is you don't get fatigued. It's the effort you put into a very short period of time and the quality of the effort you put in, as opposed to just making yourself tired and feeling your glutes burning, your hamstrings burn. It's not about that from what I'm learning anyway. It's quality over quantity every single time when it comes to speed work. So let's get the warm-up done first. Okay, so some basic drills, technique drills before we move on to the fast stuff, just to get the knees, hips, ankles, everything moving the right way before we start adding any speed to it. And like I've been posting recently, the benefit of these type warm-ups and drills, not just for running faster, but to be able to improve your ollie and your skating, as far as I'm concerned, is the same thing, because you're trying to improve your agility, your rhythm, your bounce, your timing, so they kind of cross over each other. If you get bouncier, more athletic, more rhythmic with your movement, then your skating and your ollies are gonna, by proxy, should, in my opinion anyway, feel a lot better, which is why I do a lot of this type training now, and to help both. Not gonna lie, these shoes are fast. To barely keep up with them. So now onto the meat and potatoes. 10 minutes, 5 seconds of work, 55 seconds of rest, 10 movements. Like I said, there's meant to be acceleration sprints at the end. I'm just not doing those. I'm doing the 10 kind of builds you up ready for that acceleration. Once my feet and ankles and Achilles start feeling better, I can start introducing those accelerations and those sort of fast sprints then. So off we go. I've set up 20 metre markers with a 10 metre in the middle. Some of those are going to be 10 metres, the marches for example, because they take a bit longer, and then the other ones, the bounds and some of the jumps and hops, are going to be 20 metres. But shouldn't take any longer than 5 seconds to do any of them, so you get plenty of rest in between. So off we go. They didn't last long. I have to get the glue out when I get home. So there we are. Really it's 9 minutes rather than 10, because the rest of them are meant to be 2 accelerations with 5-minute rest between each one, which will take you about 15 minutes. So I'm going to do not accelerations, but I'm just going to do 2 or 3 50% effort runs down the length, 20 meters, lots of rest in between, just to see how we're feeling at the minute, to see how everything's getting on. All those felt decent. Obviously I'm new to this type of training, so you know, like everything, I'll improve the more I do it. Lots of repetition. All feels a bit semi-clumsy at the minute. Same with my skating. You know, it's impossible to tell someone in their 30s that once you hit 50, things just feel really different. It almost feels like it happens overnight. It doesn't, but it feels like it does. You know, and my battle to not feel heavy and clumsy is the reason I'm doing all this. So my skating feels better, my ollies feel better, and just running fast feels really. It makes you feel a lot younger when you know you can run fast. I know you can ollie reasonably well. So a couple of sprints now, well, not even sprints, just fast runs at about 50%, not pushing anything, just gauging where I am. So apart from the shoes falling apart, glue those back on, they'll be fine. Yeah, pleased with that. Everything felt nice, nothing flared up, no niggles. Obviously took everything quite easy for this first one. Yeah, so this sort of session twice a week with at least a day, maybe 2 days in between. Very short, easy to fit in, you know, including the warm up as well. I mean, I'm lucky I only live up the road from here. So between getting here, doing the warm up, doing the 10 minutes, you're probably looking at 20 minutes all in. And I'm very much a fan of being time efficient, because there's lots of other things. I'm like all of us, we're really busy. There's other things I like doing. I enjoy doing this, but I want to be time efficient with this stuff so that I can do all the other stuff I like doing. So yeah, I'll probably post a few more of these videos as I do them, you know, because it's for me as much as it is for anybody who could be bothered to watch it. But obviously when it comes to skating, obviously just being on my board and ollieing more, but just practicing your ollies, especially at the age I'm at, doesn't mean your ollies are going to get better because there's a physical component to being able to ollie well. The timing, the rhythm, you know, your hip flexor strength, being able to bring your knees up quickly, which is one of the reasons they start to feel slow and heavy, because you just lose that. The leg power and strength, driving through the floor, So I know a lot of people just say, well, if you just skate more, you get better. Yeah, I know, I get that, but that's the technical side of skating. The physical side of it that skating challenges, you need to do more than just skate. Some people are lucky, they get away with it genetically, they can just do it. You know, a lot of people I know, very lucky, they've never had a serious injury skating. They don't have that fear. You know, ever since I dislocated my ankle, I know it's over 25 years ago, actually 30 years ago. I don't think I ever got over that fear, because that shit hurt, and I don't want that to happen again. I know there's those gnarly dudes who, regardless, they'll take a hit, they'll break something, they'll come back, they'll do it again, and that takes a particular type of person to be able to do that. I ain't one of them people. I don't like pain, I'd rather not have pain, but pain is part of skateboarding, physical training, sprinting, throwing, football, rugby, whatever it is. It's a part of it. Anyway, back home, dog's getting a bit hot and bothered. So yeah, first session, a success, and on to the next one.